Well, I'm rocking up thinking, yep, gonna have a boatload of money, it's dead easy. But it wasn't like that. Right, hello you lot, and it's been all right. It's catch-up time, and I'm gonna say this with skepticism, spring's nearly here. Something's happening, it's all just changing, and fishing's thinking about getting better. There's little signs that things are improving, and that is exactly what this catch-up's about. We're going from the rock bottom to things slightly getting better. And yeah, I've done a bit of fishing, not a lot. I've only been going once or twice a week at the very, very most, pretty much once a week. And my fishing has revolved around F1 carpy fishing. Done no silverfish fishing. I'm going to get straight into it though. What did we do? We fished. First match I'm going to talk about is a negative one. Didn't catch very much. The Old Hough Golden Pot Winter Final, where you have to qualify for. I'd qualified by accident, just fishing an open match at Old Hough that turned out to be one of these qualifiers. We had a lovely day catching 90 odd pound of carp. So I was all confident, all happy, and I've gone for this final. And Mel's done it lovely because it was fishing a bit peggy. There were 12 people in final. They were on 2 lakes. It was on Goose and Boulders, and there were 6 people on each lake. So loads of room, and he was going to pay £600 for the winner of each lake. I think it was 600 quid or 620 quid for the winner of each lake. And then second place as well. I think second was 120, 150 quid. So not bad for an out 6-pegger, is it? 600 quid. All you got to beat is 5 people. I'm rocking up thinking, yep, gonna have a boatload of money. It's dead easy. But it wasn't like that. Drew a really good one though. Drew 2 on Goose, which had been the area. All the fish, there's like on Goose, it's a snake lake, almost a round snake lake, and there's a bridge that goes over. The fish had been around this bridge for weeks. Peg 2 and peg 17, they'd won the lake every single week. One or the other, that's where the area had been, where the fish wanted to be. So went to me peg, skipping off, I'm going to win the match. Convinced it was going to be dead easy. I knew what I was doing. It was all that negative dobbing that we spoke about, where I'm not feeding anything, fishing corn on the bottom. That was going to be the opening gambit. So really simple day. I've literally had a rig for a cross for dobbing, a rig for a bit deeper for dobbing, and a rig for down the middle for dobbing. That was it. I'd never intended on feeding me peg. And yeah, really, really fancied it. However, all the week leading up to it had been rock bottom. We had a bite yet, Rich? No bites yet. Yeah, rock bottom leading up to it, like biblically rock bottom. We had that easterly wind. The water was 3.8 degrees, which is, it's stupid. You know what I mean? It's almost unnaturally cold. And where we were on that bridge, that's where the wind had been blowing into for the week. This is getting me excuses in early. So it was, although I sat down thinking I was going to catch £100, looking back now, it wasn't a happy place. That's where the rippler came in, it had been cold. So, started my match off dobbing, never had a bite. And I'm going to skip the first half of the match because I never had a bite for the first 2.5 hours. And I thought, right, what's going on? But neither did many other people. Right, I think Rob Prince was on 17. He might have had 1 or 2. Chap to my right had 1 early. Everyone had like 1, but no one was really catching anything. So I was a bit, do you know what I mean? I felt happy that things weren't going to happen. That things could still happen. Eventually, I found a few fish to me right. I went really shallow against the far bank. For whatever reason, everything wants to be in this much water. And I found a few fish to me right-hand side, nowhere near this bridge where I thought they'd be. And I think I'm going to skip past this one really, really quickly. In fact, I caught 2 carp and 10 F1s dobbing maggots. I mean, literally, and I ended up with 22 pounds something, 32 won the lake, which I've lost 2 carp as well that have probably put me close to, but I really regretted not feeding. It was one of them matches where I went listening to all the lads that the lads are right, they're not wrong, but I think I'd have caught some F1s if I'd have fed. So it made an error, could have caught some fish, maybe could have won the lake, but got that wrong, not a good one. But after that, it started to change, got a bit warmer. So the very next day, I was at Weston Pools. Where's our mate going? I was at Weston Pools for the 1, 2, 3rd round of the individual Winter League. And the previous one, I'd drawn peg 8 on Stretton, and I'd had a nice day. I came second in my section with £62. This time, I've drawn 29 on Stretton, which is in the same section, but it's in the bowl. So the first section on Stretton is pegs 2, 4, 6, 8. In fact, it's everyone but me. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 29. And 29's the one out of them that's the most in the bowl. So it was always going to be the best or the worst peg. Weirdly, the week before it had been the worst peg in the section. Everyone wants to be in the bowl. However, because I'm sat on 29, it was the best peg in the section by a million miles. Yeah, for whatever reason that day, even though the wind was whacking into the bowl and it was Baltic, easterly blowing into the bowl, the fish still wanted to be there for some reason. And I'm on the edge of the bowl where it comes up a little bit, and it's as if this wind was blowing into the deep bit and the fish had backed up a bit. I don't think it had moved the fish, but they were happy in my depth. The depth that me and the chap across on peg 12 had, we've probably got 5.5, 6 foot on average. It does go a bit shallower, but we've got 5.5, 6 foot, whereas the lads in the bowl have got about 6.5, 7, and the fish wanted to be happy where we were. And I've had the loveliest day ever fishing pretty much one line. I fished one line at 14 metres, just tapping maggots in, all with a pot, with the importance of really delicate rigs of 4x10s in 5.5, 6 foot. And you just laying it in, laying it in, laying it in. Every third lay in, you get a bite. And you catch an eyed or a big perch. I had one great big perch, about 2.5 pounds. Or lots of F1, steady F1s as well. And I had the loveliest day ever. I couldn't be aggressive. Tried to catty a few times, wasn't the one. Tried rotating lines, having another line to me right, couldn't really catch there. And it was just about focusing on this lane of the rigging. It's as if there's balls of fish swimming through all the time, and you just get little stabs at them every now and again. So that was my day there. Literally ticked off on this line all day, fishing all light and all lovely. I ended up with 54 pounds, which were third in the match. 56 won the match, the chap opposite me, but luckily he was in the other section in the bowl. But I definitely had just a lovely day catching F1s. Probably had 60 fish. So really, really nice day considering it was still, it's only the day after Old Hough. It is blooming freezing still. But anyway, after that one, the last other match I fished was a nice, local, easy, chilled out one last week. Yeah, obviously we didn't fish the matches that we were meant to last week for various reasons. So we went to, or I went to I went to Lingmean instead on the Saturday. Beautiful, lovely, nearly a spring day. It was changing. First time it was starting to change. It felt nice. And we rocked up, and I'd spoke to Steve the day before, and it'd been overcast and warm, and it fished its nuts off. All the pleasure anglers were catching loads. So we went thinking we're going to catch £1 million. Drew me peg 21. It's one of the pegs you can reach the island on that I've not drawn in. Oh yeah, that's going to be chaos. I've not drawn in a decade. I've not been on that peg, so it was nice to be on that. It was amazing how much it changed though. In the areas had changed, going deeper, shallower. Really weird, but still got there. Put 3 nets in. I'm going to catch £150, convinced. And I couldn't get a bite. And it was lovely. It was sort of. It was cold, but it was clear. In fact, it was warm, but it was clear. It was about 8 degrees, but it was bright sunshine. I couldn't get a bite. No one could get a bite. I don't think I saw a fish caught in the first hour almost. There was an odd wobble by the island. Just couldn't get a bite. It amazed me that just because it's clear, but they're not ready yet to have a proper chew. And it became the match that we talk about all the time at this time of year. In the first 2 hours, or 2.5 hours, caught absolutely nothing almost. I think I had 4 or 5 fish. An odd roach, an odd F1. And then randomly, out of nowhere, I caught in the edge. Like, I can't get a bite on the island, open water, anywhere. An odd bite in the bowl. But randomly, I've had one a chuck in the edge later on. Really, really weird. I was able to put another line in, so I've got an edge line and a short line with maggots. I fed them, and I had a beautiful last 2 hours on them. Not fast and furious, but just nice. Like, they were finally coming to me. First time I've caught close for a long time as well. I caught at 4 metres and 6 metres. The fish just haven't been coming that close, and this was the first sign things are definitely changing. It's getting there, and I had a lovely day. Ended up with £58. I think Boydie the Bell End was second with £46, £44, 40 something, 44 I think Boydie had. And yeah, just lovely crack with the lads. It's nice there, being a bit vocal and taking the mick. It's just, I love going to Lingmean and having a laugh. So it was a nice day, but it got me excited that things are starting to happen. So that is where we're at. No big matches as yet. We've got this week coming. That'll be the next catch-up we do. I've got the second to last round of the Weston Winter League this Sunday. It's looking good for that. I've got a mate, haven't I? He's got me mate. He's coming to play with me. He's coming to play. And next weekend, we have got the Angling Trust final at Meadowlands. And I've got the final round of the Winter League at Western Pools that I will catch up with you very, very shortly. But hopefully next time, I'll be sat in a t-shirt and they'll be fishing shallow next to me.